Now I get to bring on the star of the show. This is a lady that I've known for a few years now, and we hit it off right away. We became roommates for a short time and really enjoyed talking to her and just really just getting to know her. She's like a big sister. She's super accomplished in the industry with over 46 years of experience. She's the founder of the um, Spectrum International Beauty Expo in Southern California. I just want to bring on my friend, trichologist Doris Mosley. Doris, are you out there?
Yes, I am, Kathy. But actually, I looked behind me to see who you was talking about, and I said, "Oh, there's nobody behind me, so it must be me." I'd just
It
like to
is
welcome
you.
each and every one of you here today on this call, on this Zoom, because you know what? Time is so important. I always say time is something you can't get back, but if you have a hair follicle that's still alive with Wakana, you can get your hair back. I am living proof of that, and I am excited, Kathy, to be a part. And every time I hear you talk about the product, I get more excited because I know it is real and it is definitely very effective.
Wonderful. Well, Doris, I tell you, you can talk to them about loving their roots
Oh,
because
yeah.
nobody knows it better than you.
And that is a fact. We have to fall back in love with our roots. And that's where it all begins. That's where the action takes
And
place.
you can see these slides, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great. Go ahead.
Result of loving our roots, we, as a result of hair care challenges, improper hair, and our hair services, the need for the hair replacement and camouflage has quickly become the number one necessary and requested service in salons everywhere. That's the problem. So we got to get to the root of the problem. Alopecia, that is actually the medical term for baldness. And there's three types of alopecia that we deal with. And that is alopecia areata. This happens when one or more circular bald patches occur and sometimes overlap. Alopecia totalis. This term is used to describe when you are experiencing a complete total baldness of the scalp. And sometimes, again, the eyelashes and the eyebrows are affected. Alopecia universalis, this is a medical condition used to describe the loss of all body hair, including eyebrows, eyelashes, armpits, hair, and more. Anywhere there's hair with this particular alopecia, you will lose all of the hair, and that's not good. Hair loss is big business, you guys. I mean, big business. You heard Kathy say $87 billion. Well, it's estimated 3.6 billion in 2016. 2016. One in five Americans are losing their hair. Wow, I'm so glad we kind of got on top of that so we can save our strands. Cat, okay. There's reasons for hair loss. Diet, stress. When you're dealing with diet, it's what you put in the body. What you put in the body is a direct result of what you get out of the body. Good things in, good things out. Bad things in, bad things out. Stress. And as Kathy was saying earlier, we're in a very stressful world today. I mean, I had an anxiety attack last night. I just reached for my gummies with THC, and I calmed right down. After about an hour, I start calming down. We are in a very stressful times. Medical is what's what we're going through in our bodies. When we're dealing with a lot of stress, eventually it's going to take a toll on our body. We're going to go into medical. We're going to go into taking a lot of pills, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to get, because all the prescription medication right now is side effects. It's side effects, and we got to deal with that. So we don't want to get in that mode. Genetics. If your mom had early hair loss or your dad had early hair loss, there's a chance you will too. But if they both had, it's just going to accelerate. So we have to get in front of that and not let it get us. Environment. What are we doing? How are we styling our hair? What is happening outside in the open air? All of that plays a part. And here at Wakana, we have some of the answers. I know it was an answer for me. So, and I know it could be an answer for you. Types of hair stress. Chronic. Chronic is when you just constantly sick, you constantly taking medication. You're trying to find the answer. Doctor's trying to find the answer. That is when you over medicate because something is going on all the time. Then we deal with trauma. You can get some news today that could just knock you right off your feet, but it may not affect your hair up to a month or two down the road. So trauma is not good. Braiding. We're braiding sometimes too tight. It's not necessary. No matter what type of braids you're doing, loosen up. Your hair is going to grow anyway if the follicles are still there. So don't braid so tight. When I think of ponytails, you guys, I think of little kids. Parents are putting the ponytails in too tight, most of the time in the same place, which is stressing out that area. And eventually they won't have edges. Aggressive brushing and combing. Brushing is good because it's stimulating, but if it's aggressive, constant, it's not going to be good. Not going to be good. Traction alopecia. Look to the left of the screen. You see what happened? Someone didn't tell her the truth. They kept braiding tight, putting weaves in tighter, and her hair just kept vanishing. And eventually, that hair won't grow back. Traction alopecia is real today. That's why they have closures and frontals because of traction alopecia.
Wow.
It's not even, it don't even discriminate. That face look very familiar there. It doesn't care how much money you have. It doesn't care what color you are, what nationality. It doesn't even discriminate what age you are. If you are putting the stressful styles in the hair, not changing them, not paying attention, you can lose those edges forever. Hair follicles, there are over 5 million follicles over the entire body. At least 100,000 plus make it to the head. But let me tell you, if you don't fall in love with those roots to protect those follicles, you are going to lose. And when the follicle die off, there is no restoring of a dead follicle. Follicle hysterectomy, the hair is gone. So we want to save our strands, fall back in love with your own hair, and let's get it going here at Wakana. We're excited about what's going on. Hempowered hair stimulates the follicles and promote healthy scalp and hair. This was the baby right here, hemp-powered hair. And then the other children came along. The follicles and nourishes the strands. Loss of follicles mean loss of hair. When the follicles stop getting blood supply, it's no longer it's not going to happen. You know what? Kathy was just talking about black seed oil, but black seed oil will naturally moisten your scalp, reduce itchy and dryness. If you got a constant itchy scalp that you're digging in the scalp, remember, your hair follicle is 0.3 centimeters beneath the epidermis. If you disturb that follicle and cause that follicle to die off, it's no more hair. Rosemary is a natural DHT blocker. And we're going to start the beauty bar. So we're going to have a lot of discussions, you guys. And DHT will be one of them because DHT present, meaning that the nutrients are being choked out from the follicle. Pumpkin seed helps get rid of inflammation. You hear Dr. Rita talk about inflammation all the time. Inflammation is not a good thing. It is definitely detrimental to the hair follicle and to the body, period. So if you don't have a healthy body, you're not going to get healthy results. MCT, coconut oil, can help speed hair growth process where combined with other nutrients. Moringa fights disease and promotes good health. Good health means you're going to have good results. Baobab provide vitamin C and iron. Peppermint, I love peppermint because it promotes blood circulation. And blood nourishes every cell. And that's why with Wakana, with our system, it helps on the cellular level. And I am so excited about that. Cinnamon is a great antioxidant. We got them free radicals just thinking they're gonna run around in our body. Yeah, cinnamon is gonna say not
Out
today.
of there.
Now get out of here, just like boxing. You're gonna knock them out. So we got to know that hemp-powered hair is the baby. Lemon oil, great antiseptic. We want to deep cleanse those pores. We want to make sure that we allowing the toxin to get out, because skin is the largest organ of elimination. So you want to make sure you keep those pores cleansed so we can get it out. So lemon oil is a great antiseptic. Clove reproduce the rate of hair fallout, okay, and promotes hair growth. We want to slow down the fallout. Although we lose anywhere from 50 to 100 strands a day, that's normal, you guys. But if it's become excessive, then that's not normal. So we got to make sure we check into that, because most of the time we have lost 51% of our hair before we even realize that it's gone. So we got to get on top of that. That's why it was so important to put clove into the system so it can help with that. And then we deal with we have wild salmon oil. We can't eat enough salmon, although my daughter been just feeding me salmon, but we can't even eat enough salmon. And it has omega-3s. It's typically omega-3, which can make your hair shiny and stronger. And that's what we want. And it reproduces skin dryness that can often lead to itchy scalp and dandruff. And let me share something with you about dandruff. Dandruff can really be disguised as product buildup on the scalp. That's why we have in our shampoo, we have product that help get rid of that buildup so we can have better results. So, and dandruff is just that the skin cells are being accelerated faster, generated faster than we can get it off. Because as a whole, we don't shampoo our hair every day because of our final styling procedure. We don't do that every day. So if we don't get the product off the scalp, it can disguise it, and you think, oh, I got dandruff. And CBD, Kathy just said what that was all about. It helped bring the body back into balance. If your body is out of balance, you're not going to get good results. So with the CBD, it does not get you high, it gets you healthy. So if you're looking for the high, you won't find it there, but you will find health there. So that's important. Oh, SOS. Some of you probably saying, what is SOS? SOS is actually saving our strands. And Wakana decided they want to get into that industry to save our strands. And that's important, you guys, because with our hair follicles, we have to protect them. So we have a shampoo, the renewing shampoo. And I am so excited about that, Kathy, because the renewing shampoo, the fragrance alone is so relaxing. And that's what you want to do with a client, or you want to do it to yourself when you shower, you shampooing in the shower. You want to have something that relaxing. And we have the rosemary leaf oil, which help relieve itchy scalp. That is one of the keys to healthy scalp, is to relieve the itchiness of it, so we don't have to be digging up in our scalp. Because the first thing we do, we grab anything. And most of the time it's a comb that has maybe that metal tip on the end is not good, or something that just not good, period. So, or fingernails, even when you're getting your hair shampooed, you should never scratch the scalp with your fingernails. You use a ball of your fingertips to shampoo. And it's improved the cellular generation. I had the opportunity to interview an oncologist, and I was curious, at what point do your hair fall out from chemo? She said, Doris, it falls out at a cellular level. So when Wakanda was getting the ingredients for this product line, they went there. And I was so excited to see that the ingredient that was in there helped on the cellular level, because when the hair is coming back, we want to make sure it's coming back in a very healthy state. It also helps deep cleanse the cuticle layer. Now, if you wonder where is the cuticle layer, it is the first layer of the hair strand. There's 3 parts to that strand. There's the cuticle, which is the outside layer. There's the cortex layer, which where everything happens in that layer. And then you have the medulla, which sometimes is missing. But the cuticle layer is that layer that you look straight through. It's a transparent layer. When you're looking at hair, you're looking at the cortex layer through. So you got to make sure that cuticle layer is protected, Kathy. You can't let anything in. It's like our windows and doors.
That's right.
You can't let anything in. So that's important. So it helps cleanse that cuticle layer. And we have our moisturizing conditioner. Our moisturizing conditioner is so important because hair is actually made of two things, moisture and protein. So you want to make sure you don't over moisturize and over proteinize. And I'm excited that Wakana knew the difference and bought us a moisturizing shampoo that I have tested it. And Kathy, when I tell you I had a client, her hair actually felt like steel wool. And I know everybody know what steel wool is. And when I shampooed her hair and put that moisturizing conditioner on, it was amazing. All I could do was just smile to myself and say, well, Connor have knocked this out of the park. It has organic lavender flower water, which is an anti-inflammatory, and it eliminates itchiness and dandruff, help keeps the hair, the sebum down. Sebum is what the natural oil is, and it helps with that. It keeps that under control. Each strand of hair has a sebaceous gland attached to it, and that sebaceous gland secretes the sebum. So it helps with that because we have a very good oil. Our hemp-powered hair and that oud oil, ooh, it's awesome. So we just having a ball with this. And we also have a leave-in conditioner. You have to
Oh, I'm
bring it.
sorry.
That's okay. I just love it, that beauty bar. But we have a detangler. It's a leave-in. And I had that another client who had a weave since November. And
Wow.
2 weeks ago, I took it down and she had extremely curly hair. Now you can take that as far as you want to the extreme. She had a weave braided up since November.
Sounds like a challenge.
Kathy, I really wanted to just tell her to go home. I mean, I looked at my daughter and I was like, please come and help me. And it dawned on me, I have our detangler. Let me put this was a test. I sprayed her hair and sprayed her hair with the detangler close to the scalp because it's a mist. I went close to the braid. And Kathy, I'm telling you, it was a breeze taking that loose and combing it out. I said, well, Connor, thank you, because I was getting ready to let some money go out the salon. It has the black seed oil in it also. It is amazing. It has a natural effect of, it has a natural balm for the hair that nourishes and moisture, deep, rich in nutrients. See, the one thing, Kathy, that I've discovered with the SOS system, that all of the certified oils that are in there, they connect to one another. It's like a chain. And that chain, it's hard to break. So when you guys get that, you got something. And the cream just really nailed it. It brought it on home. The styling cream. I put that on there and I just wanted to hug Wakanda from a distance.
It tames everything down, doesn't it?
It did. It helped me once again bring it all in. It provide a healing effect without clogging the pores. And see, that's important. You don't want to clog the pores because you don't want to undo something and then do it back again. Meaning you
I can tell you
see you
my
have
hair smells so good. I have been smelling my locks all day. It just smells so good and it felt so good and tingly on my scalp and just oh man, it just was invigorating. The smell really brought my mood up. I really love it.
it's amazing. And another thing this system has is that ooh body oil. I messed around and put some of that on my hair, and I was like, did a hot oil treatment. And I've been telling people, if you have dry hair, do a hot oil treatment with the ooh body oil. It is absolutely, and I did that to my sister who passed away 2 weeks ago. I used to just rub her down with the ooh body oil, and her daughter was like, Auntie, that smells so good. And she was just so relaxed with it. But I just want everybody to know this system was put together with a lot of thought. It didn't just throw it together because I've been asking for this system for quite some time. And Melissa, our CEO, she heard me and they got this together. And when I tell you, I'm so excited and I can see myself at the beauty bar. You
Me
know,
too.
beauty bar, it happens every third, it will happen every third Monday. But I'm going to check with Melissa because this month, the third Monday, we're having the viewing of my sister. And I don't know whether I'm going to be in the mindset of talking at the beauty bar. So
I
I'm
understand. We'll take care of it for
next
you. Don't
Monday,
even worry about it. We
21st.
got
Yes. And we can just take a look at the beauty bar. It's where everyone knows your name.
That's right. This is going to be a showcase for salons that are using our products, isn't that right?
Yes, it is. We're going to spotlight salons that are using the beauty bar, so we can just talk about what's going on in their beauty at their salon, so we can
Mhm.
share our experiences. But you can almost bet if they are using the system the way it was designed to be used, they're having some great experiences. Like,
Well, wasn't it fun having Chris Curse
oh
on
yeah,
the other week?
and
That
to
was a
know
lot of
him,
fun.
and have been in shows with him was amazing. So that's what we
That's right.
beauty bar. We're going to be exchanging great ideas and just making it happen because my commitment to Wakana is to have this as a household salon hold names. I'm not going to quit until it happens. And and I'm not going to quit when it happens.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm excited about this. So if you guys have questions, I think we are ready to get to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I see a few in here. So let me go with the top and start. Thank you so much, Doris, for your expertise. And I mean, literally, I learn something new from you every week. March is Wakanda Women's Month, Wakanda Nation and Guests. Hey, Shirley, you're right. This is actually Women's History Month.
Yes, it is.
So this is a great month for our Harriet Tubmans of the cannabis industry, our co-founders. Mary says that she has alopecia areata and my stylist blow dries, press, and flat iron my hair. Is that too much heat? What style would you recommend?
I would definitely say that is a lot of heat. Um, do one or the other. If you're gonna blow dry and flat iron, you don't need a curl. If you're gonna blow dry and press and then curl as a finish, but some people do they blow dry, they flat iron, they curl.
And they press, yeah, like
Yeah,
she's
and
talking
yeah,
about.
and that's a lot. So I would pull back on the heat a little bit, pull back on the heat, but make sure that you using that Oud body oil just a little bit. You don't have to do a lot, and then do a hot oil treatment with it to try to make sure you maintain some moisture in your hair because you don't want to. That's a lot of heat, and you don't want to dry it out. And if you have alopecia areata, you want to make sure you have your hemp powered hair. You want to make sure you're using
And you're
it 3
putting
times
it
a
in
week.
the areas.
Yes, you want to put it on the scalp, not to touch your scalp with the nozzle because that's
Right.
going to contaminate your product. And then your Kathy do a great demonstration of what to do.
All you're gonna do is, oh no, but run out of my stuff. You're going to drop it on top of your head like this.
Right. And
That's
gently,
what you're gonna do. And then you
gently
wanna,
massage it in. Right. And I always like to massage coming upward. Yes, coming upward. So you
like
bring it,
this.
right, you're bringing the blood up to the to that area. I'm gonna tell you guys what my granddaughter said. She's 6 years old, and I always teach them how to apply their creams and lotions to their face. So she was applying her Oud body oil to her face like that, Kathy. And I say, that's great, Kenzie. She said, that's because Grandma, I don't want to look like you. You got
Oh,
wrinkles.
they have no filter, right?
She said, you got wrinkles up here, so I don't
They
want.
have no filter. So she's starting up here. She's going
Yeah,
like this.
I said, just you make sure you're doing it right. You be
That's
65 like
great.
Grandma, you might have a wrinkle or two. She love her Oud body oil.
That's great, Grandma.
Yeah, she just look like you.
I am loving the way this smells. I've
Yeah.
been smelling my hair all day. I washed it last night and braided it up last night, and I can't wait to see how it turns out as far as my
Well,
waves and
beautiful.
everything like that. But I'm really loving the way it feels, the way it smells.
Yeah, it's going to be
So,
beautiful. And when you're trying to get the hemp powered hair into the hair, you're going to put it in water. You're going to do about a half an ounce to an ounce of water, 12 drops of your hemp powered hair, and spray it on. Then you'll find that it'll get in there. All of it'll get in there, opposed to dropping it in your hand. That I'm talking about the hemp powered hair now,
right,
putting it in. But when you're doing your oud oil, you can put that in your hand and do it. If not, you can
and
also
massage it in.
spray it in too. Yes.
Absolutely. First time attendee invited by Claudia. This is Samaya. How long before you had noticeable results? She's 42 years old. She's been losing her hair since she was 25. No weaves, little heat, and no chemicals. She said even natural oils are not helping her. So, what would be your advice?
I started using the hemp powered hair ingredients, and I after 2 months, because I had lost all of my top hair. It was like scary loss. And my daughter, I didn't really want to see it because I didn't want to stress anymore. Stress causes hair loss also. So what she did, she took the pictures of my hair journey. And after 2 months, she said, Mom, I'm seeing a difference. I said, really? But see, the one thing about people in general, they will purchase the product. They will be committed to purchasing, but not committed to using. So I had to be committed in both ways because I could not talk to you about hair loss and hair restoration with a big hole up here. So I started 8 months it took me to get back. Now my hair is growing now, but 8 months it took for me to get my hair back. I was diagnosed with CCCA, and which if you've never heard of that, those letters, the first C in there was central. It started right here in the top. Then it started to spread out, which was centrifugal, started to spread out. Cicatricial, meaning I had scar tissue, alopecia, but my follicles were still alive. They just had slowed up, and eventually I would have lost all of that. And I committed myself. I said, if it's gonna work, I'm going to have patience with it. So I put it on my scalp, and I still do. And I put it under my tongue. 3 times a week, I put it on my scalp, and I massage upward. And then under my tongue, twice a day, 3 times a week. 6 drops in the morning. 60 seconds later, I would swallow. At night, I would put 6 drops under the tongue, and I wouldn't swallow. I would just let it dissolve in as I went to bed and just let it went on into the system like that. But again, it does not work on the shelf. It doesn't even work in the bottle. It works on the scalp and under the tongue. And just be patient with it and give it at least 6 months. And if you don't see anything in 6 months, make sure you check with a dermatologist to see whether or not you're dealing with DHT. DHT is something that just sucks all the nutrients out of from around the follicle. And we have in our product rosemary, which is a natural DHT blocker. Like I said again, Wakanda really did the research when they brought these products together, when they brought these ingredients together to formulate hemp powered hair and the SOS system.
Another question is how can you use the styling on a twist out or wearing natural hairstyle? The
How can you
styling, I guess the styling cream, is
cream?
what they mean.
Add a little bit to whatever you are. I would put it on first. If you're going to be twisting or doing the natural style, I would first put on towel dry the hair really well and put the cream on. That way the cream is made direct contact to that cuticle layer. And then you go and put whatever else you're going to put on to lock it with. And I'm sure eventually we're kind of going to come with a great locking cream because natural hair is very popular now. Even if you're not locking, you're still wearing it natural. So, and
That's
then
right.
blow dry the hair. And on when people say natural hair now, it's a range of different knowledge about natural hair. But natural hair could be that you're just thermally texturizing it without any chemicals. So you just put a little, you don't put a lot, because some people think if I use a whole lot, then it's going to work. But no, you use a whole lot, you're wasting product. You only need a little. And when you rub it in your hand like that, it emulsifies. Then you run it through your hair and you don't use a lot.
Next question is, let's see, contact information. Erica, are you talking about contact information for Doris? Well, you know how to reach me, so you must be talking about Doris. Um, Doris, what's your email, dear? I'll
My
put it in the.
email is Doris, Doris, F as in Frank, Mosley, Mosley, at hotmail.com.
I've just put her email
That's it.
in the chat. So great listening to you guys about the hair products. Can you overuse any of the products unnecessarily, like the conditioner, leave-in, and wash out, or the styling cream? Could you possibly overuse them?
Well, most of the time we are shampooing once a week. We're not shampooing on a daily basis. But you can, if you're not shampooing the hair, just say, for instance, someone said, well, Oprah shampoos her hair, get her hair done every day. Yes, she does. But Oprah is shampooing every day. So it's being done on clean hair.
And Oprah is shampooing with somebody else shampooing.
Exactly. So you can use a product if you every day if you want to. You won't overdo it, but you got to be doing it on clean hair.
That's a
So if you
perfect
use
point.
the oud oil, you could absolutely use it every day. I'll take a few drops and rub it in my hand and run it through my hair every day.
Because
Okay.
your environment dries out your hair, right?
Exactly. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you're using a moisturizing, the balm, the cream, you could just, if you're wearing natural hair like I'm wearing, you can just put a little bit on. You won't overuse it. But we on the norm shampoo our hair once a week or every 2 weeks.
Right. Well, Samaya said, Doris, your hair looks beautiful. She said her hair loss was also at the crown. So I know she can relate to your story. Dorothy just joined. She said her question is that she's graying and she usually dyes her hair. How would the products affect that?
Oh, it won't affect it in a negative way, only in a positive way, because
Explain.
because of the ingredients that's in there in the product.
Mm-hmm.
It will be just amazing with gray hair. It will not change the color. You know, some products
Change it blue and stuff like that.
yeah, you won't have that issue.
What
And
about with a dye? If she's using a dye to cover up her gray, will it make it last longer, shorter, affect it in any kind of way?
it won't make it last any longer because hair grows a fourth to a half an inch a month. So it won't affect that. It won't take any of your color off. It won't do that. It won't fade your color out. So it'll only enhance. It will only help because of the moisture that's in the product. Because color is drying to a certain degree to the hair. I'm wearing color. It just only helps it. Gives it more
Right.
shine. Remember, you have wild salmon oil that's in the product, and the wild salmon oil make it stronger, make it shinier. So you have baobab, which is great for the hair. It has vitamin C with it and iron, so it won't affect it. No, it'll just help. It really will help it.
Awesome. Lisa says that she missed her hair every day with rainwater and glycerin. Can I add some drops of Hempowered hair to that mix?
Please do, because that glycerin is could be very drying. I would definitely add some to. I would add the drops directly on the scalp and add the oud oil to her formula that she has.
Gotcha. Including the glycerin or without the glycerin?
No, is the glycerin is already in the product.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a product, but
She
she said
added
she
it.
mixed it every day with rainwater and glycerin.
I will pull back a little bit on the glycerin and put the oud oil and put the hemp powered hair directly on the scalp.
Awesome. Let's see. Okay, so he should have that email. Awesome. You're welcome, Margie. Dr. Betty says, can you give some suggestions for using the conditioner with sister locks to prevent detangling or loosening of the locks?
The detangler, I would put it on. If her sister locks is there, I doubt if it would take it a loose. It
Okay.
would keep them from locking together.
Uh-huh. I
Yeah, once you
see.
spray it on and pull it through. Just run her fingers through like you do in yours.
Uh-huh.
But it won't untangle a lock. It'll just keep them from locking together. And she can also put a little of the cream on, just a little bit, rub it through.
Well, Lisa actually has another comment, and she said she was devastated, like you, Doris, when she was diagnosed with CCCA. Same thing you had, but
Mhm.
she still has follicles, so I have renewed hope. Absolutely. And if you want to elaborate any more about your experience, please do.
And she can also call me. You can give her my number if she want to chat some more.
Yep, Lisa is part of my team. So Lisa, reach out and I'll give you Doris's number directly. Um, Mom Mitchell says that she has dye in her hair and the color looks beautiful. She used SOS about every 10 days. Awesome.
Yes, that's
Glad to hear that.
really enhance it.
I think this is a great question as well. Samaya said that she wears a scarf every day, tied loosely. Could that be drying my hair or affecting my scalp circulation?
Absolutely. Because when you tie a scarf around your head, and I've had this with two clients, they were twins. One tied their hair tight every night so they can get those waves and lay it down and
The
wrap it.
do-rag.
Yes, and the other one didn't. The one who tied the hair down every night and admitted the truth, she was having some edges going. So it does affect because the blood cannot get to that area in a timely manner. So it definitely affects the hairline. So loosen up on the scarf and make sure it's not a cotton scarf that is silk so it
That
doesn't rub
friction.
it out. Right. The friction
That
causes,
friction can tear it out, yeah.
and it could be very dry. It could be pulling the moisture from your hair. So be
For
very
sure.
conscious of that.
Absolutely. Um, Robin asks, is that the same case with bonnets?
If anything that is too tight,
Anything
that
that's too tight. So now the night bonnets that we wear to keep our hair
bonnet should be fine.
clean
That
or,
has the elastic, right?
huh?
The bonnets have that elastic in
Yeah, I have like a big, what my husband calls it, a big pizza hat
it.
because I
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
lot,
that's
I have a lot of hair. You've seen my pizza hat before?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
my big,
Bonnets are fine
okay. All
because
right.
it's elastic and it's gonna, it gives. But
It
when you
does give, yep. And then I try to pull it down like right about here instead of up here.
exactly,
Can you show them how to figure out their hairline?
yes, okay. Everybody that's on here today, take your little finger and place it at the top of your eyebrow, right at the eyebrow. See where Kathy has hers and I have mine? Close down your fingers, close them down all the way down. This finger here, your pointing finger, is where your hairline should begin. If it does not start there, then your hairline is starting to creep back. Okay? And you don't want that. I had the opportunity to do Stevie Wonder to scope his scalp. And
You had to use two hands. Oh, I'm sorry.
I kept telling Stevie, move it back, move it back, move it back. Amazing.
Yeah, you would think that he would notice that air on his head though. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. But
Um,
sometimes stylists, and I hope we don't have any of those stylists that's on the line, and we're gonna have a lot of good beauty bar conversation. But when you notice that is happening, money is not everything when it comes to your business. You gotta be truthful and let people know what's really going on. And you can't take your fingers and do that to the client. The client, everybody have to do that to themselves because that's what my space is with my fingers. Your space could be different. That's Kathy.
right, right.
So we want to be conscious of that. I mean, we want to, we have a great product. It has been proven, tried, and tested, but we want to make sure that we're being honest. Like, it's hair is not going to grow back overnight. We don't have a microwavable fix. But if you stay with the program and the follicle still exists, there is a great chance that your hair will return. I am a product of the product, you guys. This area here was almost there. And I panicked. I did not want to lose my hair.
I know that's right, Doris.
And I got on it and I was committed. You got to be committed. You got to, when you make the decision, make both decisions that you're going to purchase and you're going to use it.
There you go. There you go. It does not do anything on the shelf. It doesn't jump out the bottle and
No.
osmosis by osmosis work on your hair.
No.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. Just being silly.
Who says
Um,
that, Kathy?
Robin says that if you're after your hairline moves back, does that mean your hairline won't grow anymore?
That's a great possibility. But it also, if you change your style, that's a chance that it will come back. If the follicle is still there, how can you tell the follicle is still there? By feeling fuzz, by feeling stubbornness. But if it's slick like a baby's bottom, it's over. It's over.
Like
I had,
some of those pictures that you showed earlier of the lady
yeah,
whose hair kept going back and back and back.
yes. I
Yeah,
was at an event one Saturday, and this gentleman came up to me, and he had male pattern baldness all the way back to his occipital area. And he came up to me and he was said, "What can you do for me?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "What can you do for me?" I said, "Really, nothing." He said, "I just bought $200 worth of products from somewhere else, and they told me my hair was going to come back." I told him, I said, "Well, you just donated $200 to that company because you might as well go get a lollipop." Now, he didn't get it, but that was Kojak. He might as well go get a lollipop because his hair wasn't coming back. But somebody took his money and gave him a false sense of hope. That's not good. I will never do that. When I
that's
see
right.
the follicle is gone, I'm not going to just try to sell them product just for the sake of promising them their hair is going to return. That's not what I'm going to do.
And you know what's amazing too, Doris, is that the slide that you shared about the famous model whose hairdresser is apparently not her friend. Um, and then you have famous people like who you mentioned about his hairline. His stylists are not his friend. They are not doing the right things for these people and just really taking the money and doing what they can do. But if they have a quality stylist like yourself and like some of the people that are on today, they
Yes.
would be educated enough to understand, hey, this is not the style for you. You don't need to have this anymore. Your hairline's receding. You need to cut that off. You don't need to have these long braids that's pulling your hair out. I don't need to be braiding it this tight. And guess what, brother? You're gonna be bald, and we need to just go ahead and make that look the best as we can make that look, right?
That's why
Um,
I would love to be a part of Wakanda because I know that's not from the top. Melissa's claim to fame. I know she's about being honest, being having integrity.
Absolutely. You
You
can't
can,
buy that.
yeah, you cannot have integrity trying to sell people stuff just for the sale of product.
That's
That's
right.
so I'm excited
Well,
about that.
one last question. Mom Mitchell wants to know, how do salons get on the beauty bar?
Oh my God. Well, Melissa and the team in the corporate office going to be monitoring that. I'm sure it's going to be. You got to be a SOS user,
That's right.
and you will,
So
yes, and you will be
So,
spot.
Ma, if you've got some people that, if anybody here is a salon owner
Yeah.
or a person who goes to a salon, you're a distributor who does business with someone who is a salon owner, your hairdresser, make sure that they are your customer and becomes a SOS user. I mean, if you're using it, Ma, you use it every 10 days, then your person should be helping you use that. You can be taking those products to her and letting her see how it makes your hair feel, and letting her see how that happens. And those are the ones that we're going to be featuring because in that area, maybe someone will need to know, whatever you're in, to go to that salon. They get to be featured. They're gonna be shown using our products, and you could even be one of the people that they demonstrate on. Just like we had Chris Curse on there, he had his customer there. We saw them using the product. He talked about how to use it, showed how to use it, talked about what it does for the customer. So they can absolutely participate in that.
And we're getting ready to also, Kathy, we're gonna launch a contest, a healthy hair contest with SOS. So we're excited, you guys. We're just
Yay!
excited that you guys are here with us today, and share it. Don't keep it a secret. Don't keep it a secret.
She said her daughter's a hairstylist and distributor. Well, done deal. Boom.
Great, great.
There you go. There you go. Well, listen, Doris, this has been awesome. Another great hour gone really fast. I hope you guys got a lot of good information. Doris is a treasure of information. And so we just appreciate you for everything that you do, your brainchild behind helping the system come together and pushing, pushing, pushing until it happened. And we're just so proud. We're excited about the beauty bar. And there's just so much more to come. So thank you guys for joining us on our virtual hair party. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday and go save your strands.
Yes, absolutely. SOS. Thank you, Kathy. I know it's not
My pleasure. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you later tonight.
okay.